Souls games are the pinnacle of gaming, the last hill to becoming a true gamer. If you haven't beaten a Souls game, the question you should be asking yourself is, why am I still alive? Do I deserve to live? Probably not, but that's not the question I'm asking today. The question I want to ask is, what makes a game a Souls-like? Hey, what's with that look in your face, huh? What? Oh, yeah, that would explain it. That would explain it. Let's just, yeah. Is it the scenic and iconic bonfires? Is it the almost crossing the line of being a boss rush game bosses? Is it the periods of travel between the bosses? Or is it the extreme difficulty of slamming your face into your B button until you can finally get a chance to hit the boss back? What am I even looking at? I'm not sure, so I decided to do some dumpster diving to hopefully find some answers and possibly some hidden gems, and learn why these games were given the Souls-like tag, determined by the lovely people of Steam, who totally give their games the appropriate corresponding tags. Like, seriously guys, I went to the Souls-like tab and the first game I see under the free section, yes I'm poor, please subscribe, is Deskmate. At least Lies of Penguin has the right idea, like seriously. Yep, this is a role game. Lanterns are a pretty staple horror trope. A dim light emitting from a handheld fire, only brightening surfaces in a close proximity to your hand. In Enchanted, this little guy is a pocket multi-tool, basically your entire arsenal all packaged into one. Use it as a weapon, a grapple hook, put enemies into single-handed chokeholds like your Omni-Man. This lantern gives you so much versatility with its mobility and lethality. Why are there so many idiots in the English language? I don't fucking know. Almost every mechanic revolves around the chained lantern. Use a key? Lantern. Need some ammo? I guess. Want to ride an enemy like a fucking skateboard? You can do that too. Crazy, yo. This crazy. This Uber's crazy fat. This ain't my destination. What? Enemies in this game are close brethren to me, besides the fact that they bleed and I don't. And we're all undead, which means we're hard to kill. You wanna know the secret? Blow them up. As you down enemies, they need to be finished. The way to do this is by either choke slamming an enemy into a wall or pulling a Mortal Kombat backbreaker combo, which also flings them into a wall. Without this technique, the dead will just keep rising. Some enemies require you to break through multiple layers, meaning multiple wall back shots. Watch it, this is gonna be sick, this is gonna be sick. I really like the variety with this mechanic. You can shoot a prone enemy to fling them up in the air and combo into a kick. You can kick them into a kick, or slide them to another enemy. It keeps the combat very engaging and interactive, keeping you on your toes, keeping track of which targets to prioritize, and coming up with ways to quickly finish them off. The map design really reminds me of the simple yet memorable map design of Dark Souls 1, with the interlinking shortcuts that all lead to the same bonfire, which is the Souls-like mechanic of this game. There's even a Dark Souls bonfire Easter egg. It can't be a coincidence. There's only one boss fight and a few visually appealing areas to explore, with an in-the-works grenade launcher that allows you to finish off enemies, bypassing the need to slam them into the walls. I'm really excited to see where this game leads and how it gets expanded upon, and I would love to see more hidden features similar to the Gatling gun burst fire. 10 out of 10 experience, would play again. Staying on the topic of light sources, Light Dancer is a small indie game about committing arson. Wait, do I have the right script? Wait, hold up. Yeah, no, this game's about arson, yeah. Light Dancer was made for a game jam in under 48 hours, and honestly, I'm impressed. I love seeing how ambitious game jam creations can be, and Light Dancer is no exception. You're armed with nothing but a bow and a single flaming arrow, that again is your all-in-one tool being used as your light source and your weapon. This single arrow aspect makes a fun cat and mouse feel, while constantly chasing your arrow to retrieve it as you only have one. This also adds on a layer of skill, where missing a shot can be very detrimental, as you'll be completely defenseless in the dark. You can dodge, however, and I really like that you can't spam your roll, so timing and aiming is crucial to surviving. Every so often you'll come across bonfires, Dark Souls, that you have to defend for a few waves, until you finally reach the source of the darkness, or at least I think it's the source of it, a pretty basic boss fight where you have to shoot all of its big jiggly eyeballs, while defending yourself from hordes of enemies. I really like this concept. It was like a simple sweet treat that has a really good foundation to expand upon. Me likey, me wanna see more. Now, viewer, I have a question for you. Would you rather use a bow or a spear? They both have their advantages and disadvantages, you know? Oh, you said what? Oh, sorry, I thought you said something. Anyways, in this next game, you don't get a choice. It's in the name, like, come on now. I'm not gonna harp too much on Blood Spear, as there's not much for me to say about this game. It wasn't challenging. Honestly, as the main character, we're pretty damn OP. Our spear almost one-shots everything, and is ranged against a mostly melee-focused cast of enemies. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight kind of deal, you know? It's a very basic concept of a game, but I can definitely see a future for this, if done right. Obviously, after some basic quality of life features, like a better camera, because I started to get woozy after a little bit, better animations, and more enemy types, and then moving on to into bigger things like skills or abilities that can really spice up the spear-focused gameplay. It would be so sick to have a spear that I can recolor myself or other positions, similar to Psylocke's Shuriken ability in Marvel Rivals. This would make fighting shield enemies a much more interesting experience rather than spamming their shield until it breaks. Or maybe adding a dismemberment system, which indirectly makes the enemies more threatening. One thing I would like to praise Bloodspear on is the boss fight. Since the battles are ranged focused, it opens up a lot more creative doors compared to the melee focused combat like Dark Souls. Having to hit specific spots on the boss and pinning his hand into a wall to stop him from covering it was a really clever idea. And this alone spiked my interest in the many possibilities this game can have. There's so much potential for creative bosses, and I could honestly see this game being more of a straight up boss rush than anything else. I'm excited to see where this game goes now that it's taking a ranged combat focus on the Souls-like genre. Yes, I'm aware of Remnant. Don't tell me in the comments, alright? Ah, shit, I just realized I'm running out of time and I want to get through the best game on the list. So I'm gonna just spear on these next two games if you're cool with that. Okay, I don't care anyways. Nirvana is a game that's almost as good as the band, and it's a game where French people are taking over your mind. Oh my god, I didn't record audio. You know, oh my god, fuck it. Imagine this in your brain. The Egyptian mythology gives this theme a really unique look where your weapons come in the form of elemental bands, which is fucking badass. Honestly, everything in this game is badass, and I have no complaints. From the level designs to the enemies, this was an amazing experience, and my only complaint is the demo is too short, which is a common negative I saw in the reviews. There's an electric band that shoots an arc, and the right click shoots a slow-moving ball of electricity that damages enemies in an AoE. It's alright, but the best feature about it is if you shoot it with another weapon, it goes fucking The other band is a fire band that has you throwing out little kunais, with the right click being a cross slash of more burst damage. The only feedback I can give is the electric band feels a little bit underwhelming once you receive the fire band in terms of damage. Personally, I would like to see the electric band get a passive that allows it to destroy enemy projectiles, giving it a more defensively offensive feel. Please release this, I want to play more. Okay, next, Prison of Husks. This game is like if you took the world of Bloodborne and mashed it with Lies of P or Sekiro, and the entire world was made up of the doll. This game takes a more reminiscent approach when it comes to Souls-like games. Wait. Why the fuck did this game get a Souls-like tag? Anyways, this game takes the Souls mechanics and basically just does it well. However, like every other title I've talked about, this game is short with no progression and is more of a showcase of what's to come. It has Sekiro parrying along with a Dark Souls parry, where if you press the attack button while guarding, you can do this long, clunky parry animation that, after a bit of getting used to, actually feels really smooth. The most prominent difference that gives Prison of Husks its identity is the built-in armor mechanic. It plays similar to Sekiro's posture mechanic, where all of the dolls naturally have hardened skin. I wonder why. And after each hit, your armor decreases, going from taking basically no damage to getting hit with the fire truck. Also, the lower your armor, the more you'll get staggered. The same armor mechanic applies to the bosses as well, which again is heavily inspired by Sekiro's aggressive themed gameplay, where the best offense is the best defense, and not allowing your opponent to breathe being the best strategy to defeat your opponent. Oh, okay, now that that's over with, fuck, I just realized again that I skimmed over the better games. Well, you get the gist of them, and they're short as fuck anyways, so who doesn't love ragdoll physics? Oh, you? Okay, get out. No, I'm serious, get out. The door's right there, bro, seriously, don't make me force. Oh, Xenomma. This is like if Tarkov in Dark Souls had some fucked up abomination of a baby, and I love it. Pause. This game is a paid game. Paid game alert. I paid real doubloons for this game. So keep that in mind if you decide to compare the titles discussed in this video. Thank you. Everything in Xenomma is determined by procedural physics, or in dumb gamer terms, this means lots and lots of ragdolling. Oh, my leg, oh. Opening doors, moving objects, and most importantly, fighting are all influenced by physics. If you want to swing a sword or a hammer, you can't just press a button and have a smooth Mordhau animation play. All of the precise motions of swinging a weapon are determined by your inputs. If you flail around without any predetermined movements, that means your character will also flop around. At that point, you might as well be swinging a wet napkin at your opponent. Your first few fights will look like a couple of creatures learning how to mate. Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick. At this point, you'll probably decide to look up some guides or practice in the arena mode until you get your sea legs in check. After a little bit of practice, the combat actually feels really smooth. You'll start precisely hitting sweet spots and outmaneuvering your opponent's attacks that eventually feels like it turns into this almost addictive dance. Slap on some Souls-like linear exploration and some Tarkov looting and boom, you got yourself Xenomma. Every run you do has random loot spawns, so exploring is crucial for obtaining better armor and gear, especially for your companion, if you can actually figure out that some NPCs can be friendly, and if you figure out how to use your vocal cords for speech. All I can say is thank you, Google. Thank you, Google. I love how immersive this world is. Not every enemy is aggressive, NPCs feel dysfunctionally alive, and can interact with each other in a not so healthy fashion. And sometimes Darren even starts up a conversation, which adds some lore to your adventure. If you can look past the essay-long manual, the hurdle of a learning curve for the combat, and the not so friendly control scheme and level design, then you'll find that this game is surprisingly addicting and deep. If you're looking for a game like Tarkov, where you keep telling yourself, I'll never find anything like this, ever, then I think you'll like Xenomma, as it gave me that exact same feeling. There's so much I haven't even talked about because I haven't bothered to learn the mechanics yet, or just didn't have the time to experience it, like the vast range of enemies, the perk tree, or even the spells. Yes, this is an RPG. I think that's it. Now, what did I learn from this experience? Well, I learned that Dark Souls is an incredibly inspiring game that has motivated many game devs to produce experiences based around its beautifully perfected gameplay loop. I also learned what truly makes a game a Souls-like. It's the fucking drip, baby! The character creation! If I can't make myself look like this, then you shouldn't even consider yourself a Souls-like in the first place.